Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Let's talk about anime. I have not made a video about anime so far, so while I would like to start doing seasonal anime videos in the future, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about everything that I watched this year in anime. So sorry if this is a really long video, but I would like to talk about all of my favorite anime from this year, and I would like to hear what your favorite anime was as well. So let me know in the comments down below. So in winter of 2015, feels like winter of 2015 right now, but the winter season of anime in 2015, which starts in January, I just watched 3 different shows. Usually I watch a lot more than that, but I guess it was just really slow for me. I watched Yurikuma Arashi, which is the, gay bears, and I literally only got through the first episode. I realized that sounds like I didn't actually watch it, but like I tried. I wanted to like it so much, but it was just too weird for me. I'd like to go back at some point and try it again, but I couldn't do it. I wanted to so bad, I'm sorry. The other thing I watched, which I only got through 5 episodes of, was Cute High Earth Defense Club Love, which is the Magical Boys series. I thought it was really cute, but it just wasn't going anywhere. And I was told by people on Twitter that it never really went anywhere. I guess they're doing a 2nd season though, so I might pick it up again. I don't know though. My friend James, who was my roommate at the time, was really into it though, so at SakuraCon I went to Pony Canyon's booth and bought him a t-shirt, which he sent me a selfie of him wearing not too long ago, because it was too small for him when I bought it. It was the biggest one they had though. So. The only other thing that I watched in winter of 2015 was Gourmet Girl Graffiti, which I didn't really hear anybody talking about, but I thought it was really cute. It was a little bit... Okay, so I really like food. So in theory, you would think I would like food anime, but in practice, most food anime is like creepy, like literal foodgasms going on. And this one didn't really have the literal foodgasms the way I hear Food Wars does, but it was a little bit weird having these like middle school girls being all sexy as they ate occasionally, but most of the time it was about a friendship between 2 girls, and I really enjoyed that. So I managed to get through that whole season, but that was literally the only thing that I watched that started that season. I was watching Your Line April at that time though, and I realized that it premiered in 2014, but I wasn't making videos then, so let's talk about it. That is my favorite anime of all time now. I love it so much. It's still my phone's wallpaper. The first opening theme from it, Ikaru Nara, is my ringtone still. Just thinking about it gets me upset. It's so beautiful, and even though I knew what was going to happen to Kaori by the end in like literally episode 2, I very happily watched it all. I pre-ordered the manga because Kodansha was publishing it, like literally. If you didn't watch that show, please watch it for me. Please, 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 please. Definitely, by far, the best anime of 2014 for me. So in spring of 2015, I actually watched a lot of stuff. I'm looking at my list here, like, your lord. Okay, so let's start with, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? As somebody who played Ragnarok Online for literally over 10 years, don't play Ragnarok Online, don't play MMOs for 10 years. It's a bad idea. Regardless, I totally relate to is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon because it was so MMO-y, and I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of hoped it was going to get a little deeper as it went on, and it never really did. I kind of hope that about a lot of anime though. I guess I also felt like it cut off in a really weird spot, and that also happens in anime a lot, in my opinion. And I'm hoping that they're going to do a 2nd season at some point, but I haven't actually like looked into it. So if you know, let me know. Or the next thing that I watched is rin-ne. I probably watched like 10 episodes of that. I love Takahashi Rumiko. I've loved her ever since I discovered Ranma 1/2 when I was in high school. Since I'm 31. That was a while ago. I still love Ranma 1/2. In fact, I have a shampoo cosplay that I am working on. But rin-ne was into it. It was boring to me. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't funny. It was just eh. And I really wanted it to be good, which is why I watched 10 episodes of it, because as you may have noticed with my winter 2014, I was like, I'm good after the first episode of 2 of the things that I watched, and let's be real, there were other things that I tried that I didn't like. So, unfortunately, rin-ne was a bust for me. I think probably if I was younger I would be more into it, but it just wasn't my thing. The next thing I watched was Gunslinger Stratos, and I mostly watched that because it was partially made by Square Enix, and I used to be a huge fan of the Final Fantasy series. I kind of, as it got more sci-fi-y, I stopped liking it as much, which is probably why the last one that I really liked was Final Fantasy IX. But I always give them a chance, so I tried to watch Gunslinger Stratos, and I actually watched it all the way through the end, and I thought it was okay. It was pretty good. I mean, it was definitely better than the last 2 that I listed here for this season, in my opinion. I liked it better than either rin-ne or Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, but I just wanted it to be better. I wanted it to be deeper. I wanted to feel more for the characters, and I don't know, it's not really my thing. However, I really liked the music in it, and unfortunately I didn't realize that Gardenelia was the group that did both the opening and the ending of that series, and I missed out on going to their concert at SakuraCon because they were there and I could have seen them live, and it wouldn't have cost me anything more than my entrance fee, but I was like, I don't know who these people are, why would I go see their concert? Don't do that. Go to concerts. Doesn't matter if you don't know who they are. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, the next thing I watched was Plastic Memories, which I don't know why I watched the whole thing. Like, literally, why did I do that? It wasn't good. I feel like all I'm doing is talking about how shitty anime is. I like anime, I really do. There are a lot of things that I really like. Plastic Memories, I was hoping, I guess, the reason that I finished it is because I was hoping that it was going to go to a place where I was not thinking it was going to go, but it went literally exactly where I thought it would. Little robot girl works together with this dude who is an adult and falls in love with her, and it's really creepy, and it's supposed to be really sad, but honestly I was kind of relieved at the end, and I'm not going to spoil it because I know some of you haven't seen it and maybe want to, but I didn't like it. But I still watched the whole thing. Guess I had nothing else to do during the summer. Next up was Uta no Prince-sama. Obviously that wasn't new in the summer, but I didn't watch it at all until the summer. And I watched the first 2 seasons during the summer, and by the time I got to the 3rd season I was like, this just isn't going anywhere, is it? It's just gonna keep doing the same thing. And once they introduced Cecil, the like literal magical prince, I was like, really? You didn't have enough dudes. They weren't handsome enough. Alright, I'm good. So I stopped watching it. I liked the music. I thought it was really catchy. I could have liked it if there had been a lot more character development, and if Haruka had made any effort to decide who she wanted to be with, but it just didn't seem to be going anywhere. And I mean, in real life I'd never say that, like, girl, you can pick whatever you want, but it just wasn't a compelling story for me, so I stopped watching it. Next up was Sound Euphonium, which I liked a lot. See? I really like anime. I'm really excited about the 2nd season. I think the animation in that was absolutely gorgeous. I really liked the music, I really liked the characters. I mean, there was literally nothing in it that I didn't like. I think the only thing I didn't like that was related to it was the whole, like, shipping Kumiko thing. I don't really get into the whole ship wars thing, because I guess I'm too old for that stuff. But I didn't see it as, like, a romantic thing. I saw it as 2 girls who were kind of rebelling against the standards in Japan a little bit, who found each other and became really close. And I really enjoyed that dynamic, so I didn't really like hearing people talking about how it was like super romantic. Like, don't get me wrong, I would be totally 100% fine with the two girls getting together. And there were definitely moments where I was like, oh, is this going to be a romance? But it just never went there, and I was kind of glad because I really liked that dynamic. Next up was My Love Story, which, oh my lord, I love that anime so much. It's so cute. Have you seen it? Because if you haven't, you need to watch it. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. This giant dude named Takeo falls in love with this tiny girl named Yamato, and they have the most cute romantic adventures, and it was just so sweet, and there was nothing bad in the world happening while I was watching it. So if you want to be happy, watch My Love Story. The last thing I watched was Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches in spring of 2015, and I thought it was stupid. I watched probably half of it before I gave up, and it's just not my thing. I don't know. I wanted to like it, but I didn't. Why did I say summer? I had nothing going on in the summer, but that was spring. Anyway, so in summer of 2015, I watched a few things, but not as many in spring. I watched Gate, which I actually liked a lot. I thought it was, it was interesting. There were some elements that I didn't like the girls throwing themselves at the main character, but the story was really good. I thought the characters themselves were really well written. I thought they were all unique and interesting, and I would definitely watch a second season of that. I also watched Roka no Yusha. I was so disappointed by Roka. It was beautiful. I wanted it to be like this epic fantasy where it was going to be so good, but it turned into like this whodunit mystery, which wasn't what I wanted, but that wouldn't have been so bad if it had been well done. It wasn't though. It just wasn't. I didn't like it. The ending just felt like a cop-out, honestly, especially the really, really ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but it just felt like a cop-out, and I wanted it to be good, and I was so sad. Why do this to me, anime? I love you so much. Okay, the next thing I watched was Wakakozake, which I don't think anybody else watched. Like, I'm pretty sure I was the only person in the world who watched it. It's a food anime. It was not creepy, thank God. It was just really cute. I felt like I learned a lot about Japanese food, and it was a really short one. One of those, like, I think it was 2 or 3 minutes long for each episode. So if you're interested, you should totally watch it because it's on Crunchyroll. At this point, it's totally free. And again, 2 or 3 minutes per episode. I thought it was really cute, and I would definitely recommend it. The next thing I watched was Akagami no Shirayuki Hime. I actually watched that this past season. I didn't realize that it existed until I found out that there was going to be a second season of it, and I was like, what the hell is that? So I watched it on Hulu, and I thought it was so cute. Like, I liked every minute of it except when Shirayuki said that she didn't realize she was in love with Zen. Like, really? Really? We all knew it, girl. You knew it too. You just didn't admit it to yourself. Regardless, I liked it a lot. Highly recommend it. Can't wait for the next season. And the last thing I watched was, of course, Himoto Umaru-chan. Umaru-chan was really, really cute. It was really silly, but as a gamer, and I guess somebody who watches a lot of anime, I really kind of related to her. I didn't relate to the whole, like, double personality thing, but I related to her nerdiness, and I enjoyed watching her shenanigans. So if you haven't watched that one, I highly recommend it. It's really cute and really funny. And then for fall, obviously these are still going on, but I've only watched a few things actually. I watched Comet Lucifer, which is disappointing me. Again, I wanted it to be this like epic fantasy thing, but it's just turning into guy and girl fall in love and they have to save each other, and it's not even entertaining because you know they're going to win in the end, but there's no real danger to them. It's really cute though, like the animation itself is really cute, the style is really cute, the animation is really pretty, and it has a lot of giant robots, which are obviously not something that I usually watch, so if you're into that, I highly recommend looking into it. The next thing I watched was Haikyuu. I actually watched the entire first season, and I'm now caught up on the second season during this fall season of anime. I'm not into the sports anime thing, but it was highly recommended by somebody whose taste I really trusted. And honestly, I like it a lot. I think it's really, really cute. I never thought that I would say, oh, this volleyball anime is so cute, but like, the animation isn't cute in my opinion, but the earnestness of the characters is really cute. Like, I enjoy watching them and I root for them because I want them to win. Like, I genuinely care about them, and I don't understand how that happened because that's not the kind of anime that I care about the characters in. But I did. It did it. It won me over. So, I watched the newest episode today. I liked it. I like it a lot. I can't wait for the next one. I don't know why. Haikyuu is really cute. You should watch it. The next thing I'm watching is Beautiful Bones Sakurako's Investigation, which is surprisingly really, really good. I feel like nobody's talking about it, which is weird, but it's beautiful. Like, the animation is gorgeous, and it's really smart. A lot of anime is like kind of slapstick and slice of life in high school, which, not that there's anything wrong with being in high school, don't get me wrong, but it, like, when you're in high school, you're busy with studying and whatnot, and you're not really, how do I put this without being insulting? A lot of the time in high school, you're spending a lot of your time studying for tests, and you're not really learning anything that is surprising to me because I'm not in high school anymore, and I already did all of that. So learning about bones and mysteries and whatnot is really interesting for me. I haven't actually watched the show Bones, like the real TV show, like American TV show, live action Bones, but I'm told by my roommate that this is kind of like the anime version of Bones. So if you like Bones, I highly recommend looking into Sakurako-san. And the last thing that I'm watching this fall is not One Punch Man. You thought it was going to be, but it's not. It's utawareru-mono. Can't say that word, no matter how hard I try. I'm sorry. I thought the art style was really cute. I think the animation is beautiful, and I think it had a lot of promise. But I gave up about 2 episodes ago because there was no plot. There was nothing. The first episode was like, hey, check out this cool fantasy series. It's gonna be so fun to watch them, like, become friends, and maybe this guy's gonna get his memory back, and they're gonna fight some monsters. And that's not what happened at all. And I kept hoping that, like, eventually they were gonna move on and get on with the plot, but they never did. I mean, maybe they did the last 2 episodes that I stopped watching, but, like, I gave up. I just don't care anymore. So, about One Punch Man, as you may have noticed from all of these anime that I listed off just now, almost none of them are shonen, and the ones that I liked that were shonen were really surprising for me. So I don't really go out of my way to watch shonen anime, but I'm gonna watch One Punch Man. I just haven't done it yet, because everybody keeps saying how good it is, and I give in. I'm gonna try it. So for me, this year, the best anime of the year was My Love Story, like, by a long shot. Unless you count Your Lie in April, because it technically did air in winter of 2015, or anyway. The beginning of this year, it was still airing. So if you count that, by My Love Story. But I don't, because it didn't premiere. So I can't recommend it enough, honestly. Like, I can't, I'm so sad that it ended. Like, that's not a thing that happens to me. I'm not usually like, oh, I'm so sad that this is over. Usually I'm like, oh good, it's over. Now I can move on to the next thing. I feel relief that the plot is ended because I like to know what happens at the end. I don't mean that in a like, oh god, I'm so glad I don't have to watch this anymore way, but like, I feel relieved that things have wrapped up, and then I can move on to the next thing because I have like a list a million years long that I want to get through. But with My Love Story, like, I literally would sit there and watch it all day. Like, if there was just like a never-ending stream of new episodes of My Love Story, I would probably sit there and watch it without getting up to like eat or go to the bathroom or anything, and die in front of my TV watching it because it's so cute that I literally wouldn't be able to get up. That's how much I liked that anime. Oh god, I'm so embarrassed saying that. Anyway, I highly recommend it, and I'm really interested to find out what your favorite anime this year was. What was your favorite anime this fall? For me, it was Sakurako-san. And let's talk about anime next season. Okay,